I think at this point what we're going to do is we're going to start to work on the caramelization of chicken bones and the necks and so forth to make the sauce. I'm going to just dice this onion because it's going to be the basis for the sauce. There's a foundation in sauce making. See, after I slice, I hold that. See, we want to dice this, so I'm going to take the knife, start from one end and bring it back. Right. Now we'll have a dice. I'm holding it with all fingers. Right. So you start with carrots, onions, celery, as we discussed before. Right. Now the difference between this, when you caramelize, this is round on this side. This is where you're actually going to caramelize, right? But if you really want to extract more flavor from the actual vegetable, then you'll cut it like this in a brunoise, quarter by a quarter by a quarter by a quarter. You have caramelization on each point, therefore extracting more flavor, therefore a stronger foundation, which in the end is a better tasting sauce. So we got the pot nice and hot. It's already been on, and now I'm going to add some veggies. And let's talk about the bones, because again, the bones are really what's going to determine the flavor. We're going to extract flavor out of this. There's meat on here, but in that bone, the bones have gelatin, and the gelatin is what's going to give it a lot of flavor too. The kidneys, the heart, and then the liver. This will actually give some nice color. We've got them on high heat, and we're going to slowly caramelize the vegetables up. And now we're going to add this to it. You can already smell that gravy coming together. So we want to get some nice color. By getting color, that determines and dictates the color of the sauce. And what color is gravy? Dark brown. There's some that are lighter in color, but I like mine dark brown gravy. We're going to caramelize all of this up to get really, really nice flavor from it. If you have a pot that's full like this, you want to create heaps of smoke and let steam escape. Otherwise, it will sit down there and it won't cook evenly. A little smoke will come out. This is coming out good. You see the bottom, the caramelization? That's what we want. That's what we're going for. Okay. Okay, and then when I deglaze with the red wine,
that will all come up.
It will all come out, and that's called fond. F-O-N-D. The fond is the particles on the bottom of the pot. Take this one, we're going to deglaze. This process is called deglazing. Most of that has evaporated. Right? You scrape the bottom of the pan to get all those bits. Now I'm going to add stock, because all that alcohol is cooked out. Now we're going to continue to stir the bottom of the pot to get all those pan drippings. We've caramelized the vegetables, the bones, and all that stuff. We've cooked it, we added red wine, reduced it, cooked the alcohol out, then we added stock. And now we're going to strain it. Tap this to get all the juice out, and then smush, so all those things will come through it. The next process we're going to do is the actual thickening of the gravy. I don't think that it'll be necessary that I use an actual roux to thicken it. You know, there's different thickening agents. Roux is one of them. Cornstarch is another, and I'm thinking about going more to the cornstarch because at this point, cornstarch would thicken it just as good, if not better than the roux. The only reason I would use a roux is that the color of the roux is attained by mixing flour and butter. When you mix flour and butter, you get a roux. Now, the length of time that you cook the roux determines the stages of the color. If you have a white sauce, you're going to use a blonde roux. If you have a dark sauce, you'll use a very dark roux. Cornstarch and water, because you can't just add this product directly to the sauce. It doesn't work like that. And we just need like a tablespoon here because I don't have that much sauce. A tablespoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of water. We have the slurry. Let's add this. And the process of it thickening will happen as it's boiling. You can't just add it. Okay, and you could always add, but you can never take away. N-A-P-P-E, nappe. Nappe means to literally coat the back of a spoon. Now, we're definitely gonna have to season this. Whenever you make a sauce, you always want to finish with butter because it gives it a sheen and it really rounds up the sauce. You can't just put the butter in, you gotta really stir it in good. Okay? This is really gonna give the butter some balance. And then if you want, you can add just a squeeze of lemon juice. We're almost here, guys. All we have is the haricot vert and we are done.